Today we are making the Aora Twist Crochet Ear Warmer in the 6 to 12 month size. It's a quick and cozy project with a beautiful textured twist and makes such a beautiful handmade gift. So let's get started. What you're going to need is some worsted weight yarn, a 4.5mm crochet hook, some scissors, and your darning needle. This pattern is worked flat in rows using double crochet stitches, as you can see, worked in the back loop only. We'll then seam the short ends together in a special way to form the twist that you see right here. The end result is soft, stretchy, and super comfortable for little ears and even for adults too. Because this pattern actually comes in 5 sizes from baby all the way up to adult. But today we'll be making the 6 to 12 month baby size. For the other sizes, you can find the free pattern on the blog, or you can purchase the printable PDF, which includes all 5 sizes. So the first thing you're going to want to do before you start your ear warmer is to make your gauge swatch. Gauge helps make sure that the ear warmer actually fits. With worsted weight yarn and a 4.5mm crochet hook, 7 double crochets and 4 rows should measure about 2 inches by 2 inches. But if your piece is coming out too small, try going up a hook size. If it's too loose, try tightening your tension or using a smaller hook. But make sure you make a gauge swatch before you start this project. After swatching and you've decided on your materials, you begin. So let's begin. I'm going to put this somewhere at the corner. Take your ball again. So for this size, you're going to chain 51 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. You're going to double crochet in the 4th chain from your hook. So this one on the loop, this loop on the hook right here doesn't count as a chain, only the complete ones count. So you're going to start in the 4th chain from the hook. You start counting from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 4th chain from the hook. And you're going to double crochet in that spot right there. This beginning chain 3 right here counts as your first double crochet. And another thing you're going to want to do as you're working this project is, for the first row, you're going to work in what is essentially the back loop of a chain, which is this spot right here. You're not going to work into both or on the back bump. You're going to work just on this one loop right there. You're going to work the following sequence. You're going to DC in each of the next 3 chains. So 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to DC 2 together twice. So that's 1 DC 2 together. And that's the next one. Then you're going to DC in each of the next 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to 2 DC in each of the next 2 chains. So 2 DC in the first, 2 DC in the next. Then you're going to repeat that sequence all the way through. You're going to DC in each of the next 3 chains. You DC together. You're going to DC in each of the next 3 chains. DC 2 together twice. DC in each of the next 3 chains, then 2 DC in each of the next 2 chains. You're going to repeat this until you reach the end of the row. And you're going to finish off by working 2DC in the last chain. So what happens is you begin with a 2DC and you end with a 2DC. That's how it flows for the pattern. So that's something to look out for if you want to know whether you are following the pattern, moving in the right way, and working the exact number of stitches that you'll need for your ear warmer. So for the second round, you're going to chain 3. This is actually how you'll work the next 3 rows, because the entire pattern calls for 5 rows. So this is row 2, row 2, row 3, and row 4 are all similar. So what you do is you chain 3, which counts as your first DC, and you turn your work. Then remember we are working in the back loop only, so from this viewpoint the back loop is this one right here, not this one that's facing you. So you're going to DC in the first stitch. This counts as your first 2DC. Remember the pattern starts with a 2DC and ends with a 2DC. So after that you're going to double crochet in each of the next three stitches. 1, 2, 3. You're going to double crochet 2 together twice. That's 1, that's 2. Then DC 3 times in each of the next 3 stitches. 3. Then you're going to work an increase of 2 double crochets in each of the next 2 stitches. Then the repetition continues all throughout the end, all throughout the row. Two, 3. Then on your last stitch right here, you're going to work 2 double crochets. And you can see the pattern, the wave is coming out nicely. And as I said at the beginning, row 2 is similar to row 3 and row 4. So you're going to repeat the same sequence twice. So you're going to repeat the same sequence twice more, which starts with a chain 3 that counts as your first DC. You turn your work and you work a double crochet right into that first stitch in the back loop, followed by a double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. Then you work DC 2 together twice, still in back loop all the way. Then DC in each of the next 3 stitches, followed by an increase of 2 DC in each of the next 2. And you repeat the sequence to the end of the row. And you work 2 DC for your last stitch. Again, repeat the pattern. Chain 3, chain 3, turn your work, DC in the first stitch, DC in each of the next 3 stitches, DC 2 together, then this in each of the next 3. Then you work an increase in the next 2, and you continue with the pattern all the way to the end of the row. You work 2 DC in that last stitch. Right. Then for our last row, we are going to chain 1 and turn. And what you want to do is to slip stitch from the second stitch. This is our first stitch. From the second stitch here, we are going to work a slip stitch in the back loop only all the way across. So that's a slip stitch. We are doing this so that one side of the ear warmer doesn't overstretch or become too loose. The slip stitch will help hold things together, you see, as opposed to when you don't, the stretch is too much. So yes, you slip stitch in back loop only all the way to the end of the row. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Given that this ear warmer is inspired by a stream, row your boat gently down the stream. But you really can't row your boat on that stream. It's too tiny. Very, very tiny. Unless it's a toy boat. Then you can row it. You play with it, I don't know. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Going to slip stitch. I love how fast slip stitches move. Just go. You're going. You're flying. You're flying. Rowing. And we've gotten to the end. Just like that. Look at that lovely, lovely, lovely texture. So you're going to fasten off and leave a long tail for sewing. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. A second. Put that aside. So now let's turn this flat piece into an ear warmer. Lovely. Lay your piece flat with the right side facing you. And I think the first thing you want to do before you even move on to sew the ends is, I think, weaving this end. Weave it in so that it doesn't disturb or distract you. I have a lovely tutorial on how to weave in ends so that they don't come loose or undone, and I'm going to link it in the video and in the description below so you can check it out. I think that's enough. So as I was saying, you're going to lay your piece flat with the right side facing you, and you're going to fold it lengthwise like so, bringing the two short ends together, right, and then you're going to make this side into a U shape and this side into a U shape. I think before we even continue, first put your darning needle, thread your darning needle, leave it there. So as I was saying, U shape and U shape. So you're going to slide the ends inside like so to form interlocking C's, and you should have 4 layers stacked together. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, all of them stacked together evenly. Make sure none is too long or overlapping with the other. You just want to make sure the halves are all nicely put together. So you take your darning needle and you're going to sew through all the 4 layers from one side to the other. So you're just going to go through like that. Make sure you're going through all 4 layers as you're sewing. And you're just going to do a simple stitch all around, nothing too fancy, just back and forth all the way through, making sure you're going through all 4 layers. Back and forth, where is that? You have to make sure, oh, there you are. You're going through all 4 layers. You don't want to leave any out because it will poke through and look a mess. Then you're going to secure your yarn, after which you weave in that end. And you snip it off. And after that, you're going to just turn your work a bit like that, and voila! Look at it! Gorgeousness! Look at it! You can wear it whichever way, whether that way or that way, whichever you see fit. And look at it, it stretches. And it's thick enough. You can reduce the number of rows if you want it to be slimmer, or increase them if you want it to be thicker. But look at it. And you know what's amazing about this pattern? It also works as a headband. So if you reduce the number of rows, it works like a gorgeous headband. And just do a lovely variegated yarn. Ooh, awesomeness. But anyway, this is lovely. It's warm, it's comfy, and it's unique, textured, and lovely. So just a few quick tips before we wrap up. So you should measure baby's head if you can, to make sure that your piece stretches to that length before seaming. Number 2, you need to keep your tension relaxed so it stays stretched and super awesome. You need to use soft and washable yarn for baby sensitive skin, and you need to weave in your ends securely so there are no loose strands that can cause havoc. Right? Right. And remember, this ribbed texture has natural stretch, so it should be snug but not tight. You see? Lovely. And that's it. Your Aora Twist Crochet Ear Warmer is ready to keep little ears cozy. As I said before, this pattern actually comes in 5 sizes, from baby all the way up to adult. For the other sizes, you can find the free pattern on the blog, or better yet, purchase the printable PDF which includes all 5 sizes. And it's awesome and supportive. So thank you for watching. Thank you for making. Have a lovely time of it. Toodaloos.